He was the most powerful CEO in the city, a man who could buy anything he wanted with a single phone call. But one rainy afternoon, his world stopped when he saw a little girl digging through trash cans on the street, trying to find something to sell so she could buy food for her sick mother. What he didn't know was that this little girl wasn't just any child. She was his daughter. If you love powerful stories about fate, family, and redemption, hit that follow button right now so you never miss the next chapter. The sky was gray as Lucas Grant, the ruthless CEO of Grant Industries, sat in the backseat of his luxury car. He had just closed a multi-million-dollar deal, but there was no satisfaction on his face. Lucas was known in the business world for being cold, calculating, and untouchable. His wealth and power made him feared by competitors and even his own employees. But deep inside, there was an emptiness he had buried for years, an emptiness caused by a decision he made a decade ago. 10 years earlier, Lucas had been deeply in love with a woman named Emily. She was gentle, kind, and came from a humble background. But when Lucas's father, the founder of Grant Industries, found out about their relationship, he disapproved. He told Lucas that Emily would only ruin his future, that she was not good enough for their family. Lucas, desperate to please his father and protect the company's legacy, chose business over love. He broke up with Emily without explanation, leaving her heartbroken. What Lucas never knew was that Emily was pregnant with his child. Now, years later, Lucas's car came to a stop at a red light near a poor neighborhood on the outskirts of the city. His driver sighed, "Sir, we might be delayed a few minutes. There's a lot of traffic today." Lucas barely paid attention until he glanced out the window and saw a small figure under the rain. A girl, no older than 8, was rummaging through a trash bin. She had no umbrella, her clothes were worn out, and her tiny hands were covered in dirt. She carefully pulled out empty bottles and placed them into a plastic bag. Then, Lucas saw something that made his chest tighten. When she looked up for a moment, he saw her face. Her big, brown eyes looked hauntingly familiar. For a reason he couldn't explain, Lucas ordered his driver to stop the car. He stepped out and approached the girl. "Hey," Lucas said softly, his expensive shoes splashing in the puddles. "What are you doing out here?" The girl froze for a moment, clutching the bag of bottles to her chest. I'm just trying to find something to sell," she whispered, her voice trembling. "Where are your parents?" Lucas asked, feeling an unfamiliar ache in his heart. "My mom is sick," the girl said. "She can't work. I have to help her." Lucas was speechless. Before he could ask more, the light turned green and cars began honking behind him. The girl ran off into a narrow alley, disappearing before Lucas could stop her. That night, Lucas couldn't sleep. He couldn't stop thinking about that little girl. Something about her seemed so connected to him. The next day, instead of going straight to his office, Lucas told his driver to take him back to that neighborhood. After hours of searching, he saw her again near a small apartment building. She was carrying a loaf of bread and some medicine. Lucas followed her quietly until she entered a run-down apartment. After a few minutes, Lucas knocked on the door. A frail voice answered from inside. "Who is it?" Lucas hesitated but finally spoke. "I saw your daughter outside yesterday. I just wanted to check if everything is okay." The door slowly opened, and Lucas's heart nearly stopped. Standing there was Emily. She looked thinner, weaker, but still as beautiful as he remembered. "Lucas," Emily whispered, her face pale. "What are you doing here?" Lucas was frozen. "Emily, you live here?" "Yes," she said, her tone cold. "Why are you here?" Lucas's gaze moved past her and saw the little girl sitting on the couch. The resemblance was undeniable now. The same eyes, the same small nose, the same dimple on her left cheek that Lucas had. His heart started pounding. "Emily," Lucas's voice cracked. Is she my daughter?" Emily hesitated, her eyes filling with tears. "Her name is Lily. And yes, she's yours. I didn't tell you because you made it clear years ago that we had no future together. You chose your company. I raised her alone." Lucas felt as if the ground beneath him had disappeared. He had a daughter. For years, he had lived without knowing he was a father. Over the next weeks, Lucas began visiting more often, trying to win Lily's trust. He would bring her food, books, and even toys, but Lily was cautious. She had grown up learning to be strong and independent. Emily also kept her guard up, not sure if she could trust Lucas after what he did years ago. One day, Lucas found out Emily's sickness was worse than she admitted. She had been diagnosed with a rare heart condition and needed surgery soon, but she had no money to pay for it. Lucas immediately offered to cover all the expenses, but Emily refused. "I don't want your charity, Lucas," she said. "You made your choice years ago. I won't let you walk in and think you can fix everything with money." "This isn't charity," Lucas said desperately. "Emily, if anything happens to you, what will happen to Lily? Please, let me help." Emily finally agreed, but she made Lucas promise one thing: that his help wouldn't come with conditions, and that he wouldn't try to take Lily away from her. The surgery was scheduled, and Lucas stayed by Emily's side the whole time. When Emily finally woke up, she saw Lucas holding Lily's hand. For the first time, she saw a different side of him, not the ruthless CEO, but a man who truly cared. Just when things seemed to be turning around, Lucas's father found out about Lily. Furious, he confronted Lucas at the hospital. "You can't let this woman and child ruin our family name," his father shouted. "If you claim them, the board will lose faith in you. Our investors will panic." Lucas stood tall, no longer afraid. "Then let them panic. I've spent years living the life you wanted me to live, and it made me miserable. I won't make the same mistake twice. Emily and Lily are my family, and I will protect them, no matter what." Lucas's father disowned him on the spot, but Lucas didn't care. He realized that love was worth more than power or money. Months later, Emily had fully recovered. Lucas moved them into a beautiful home, but he kept his promise. He didn't try to take Lily away from her mother. Instead, he became the father Lily never had. They would go to the park together, read bedtime stories, and slowly, Lily began calling him Dad. One evening, as the three of them sat on the porch watching the sunset, Emily smiled at Lucas. "You've changed," she said softly. Lucas took her hand. "No," he said, "I finally became who I was meant to be. A father, a husband, a man who doesn't run from love." The story of Lucas, Emily, and Lily became one of redemption, forgiveness, and the power of second chances. Lucas may have lost his family's approval and even some of his business power, but he gained something far more valuable: the love of a daughter who once had to dig through trash to survive. Where are you watching this from? Let us know which part of the country you're tuning in from down in the comments.